through 3 hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, after show time, we got Jim and Michelle, and they're sweating with the oldies over there.
That would be you, Jim. I'm sweating with you.
Yeah. I'm definitely old.
It's hot, baby. It's hot in the Midwest. Holy cow.
You're kidding, brother.
And you're going to actually get air conditioning. Welcome to 1975.
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Carrier, for inventing that.
That's very cool, so to speak.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Wayne. He's called in from Petaluma, California. Hello, Wayne.
Hi, Tom. I got a range report for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah. A couple months ago, well, where I live here in Northern California, there's not a lot of ranges.
Uh-huh.
And the one I go to is just basically at this ranch, and you've got a big wooden shooting bench.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of people on a Sunday. And it was fun to shoot my guns, except for getting pelted with 9mm casings.
Yeah.
And having fun. And all of a sudden, I thought someone's gun had exploded next to me. Because this fellow next to me was shooting a .454 Casull with a 3-inch barrel. and it was really something. Every time he'd fire, all the loose brass would dance on the bench.
It's like a cherry bomb going off every time he pulls the trigger.
Yeah, just about. But it was interesting. That put an extra little ring in my ears when I went home, I think.
The .454 Casull is just a beast of a gun, and it was really made to shoot in a 7.5-inch barrel. You shoot in a 3-inch barrel, I mean, you could set the world on fire with that thing.
Just about. Boy, that thing sounded like a cannon going off next to me.
You know what? That's no fun. And when you're at a range and somebody's shooting a big boomer like that next to you, I mean, I understand everybody's got shooting, but it really gets old in a hurry for me.
Yeah, it did. Fortunately, he didn't stay too long, because that's a lot of gun to shoot.
Yeah, there's too much recoil.
No one shooting a .454 Casull with full house loads ever stays for long.
No.
Oh, gosh.
And not to mention, it's super expensive to shoot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's the one thing nice about that caliber is you can shoot 45 Colt in it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you shoot the lighter loads and they're cheaper and everything else. And you know what, you save that really high power, the hot .454 loads for when your friend wants to shoot the gun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The old shooter, too, but you don't have to worry about it burning up all your ammo.
That's right. You know, 2 of those, I'm good. That's fine. Yeah. You know, and it's funny because they always do 2. The first one you're going, oh, man, that hurt. Oh, my gosh. And you go, oh, well, okay, I can do another one. And shoot the second one, you go, oh, yeah, that's confirmed. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's enough.
All right. Well, thanks for the range report, Wayne. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Tom.
All righty. Yeah, Michelle, I mean, you know how it is. Those big kicking guns, they're interesting, but not necessarily fun.
No, not fun. And I say they are expensive, but you know, that's what happens. You take your buddy out there and you put that .454 Casull in there and they're like, oh, no, I'm out. And then you keep shooting. You're like, man, how can you do that?
Oh, that's mean.
Oh, that's because I put 45 Lone Colt in there.
That's right. Yeah, I actually went with the little light cowboy action loads and the 45 Colt pipsqueak loads. And you're going, I don't know why this thing bothers you, man. I just shoot it.
And that 500 Smith & Wesson, they make some heavy bullets for those things.
I got to shoot, when the 500 Smith & Wesson first came out, we were shooting prototype gun, and somebody else had shot it, and it comes with a muzzle brake, you know. And I don't know what happened, but they blew the muzzle brake off. And so the one we were shooting did not have a brake on it. And it's interesting, they actually angle the ports in the muzzle brake to counteract the torque of the gun, because you get this big bullet that fires and hits the rifling. It actually torques the pistol, the revolver, because you got this spinning bullet of whatever it is, 400, 500 grains, it hits it.
Right. And
when you shot it without the muzzle brake on, it would almost twist the revolver out of your hand.
Wow.
No thanks.
I mean, I was shooting it two-handed, and I'm a pretty experienced shooter. Not one single time was I able to keep 2 hands on the gun.
And they make those like 700 and 800 grain bullets or something, I want to say.
You know what? I'm just not that mad at anything.
You don't need that much punishment in life.
I just don't.
Just throw a bus at them.
It's just nothing. I really seriously want to shoot that bad. There it is. Oh, speaking of ammo, I just saw this popped up 30 minutes ago on Twitter. Winchester Ammo announces a new 10mm round, the 10mm Defender, 180 grain bonded projectile, ideal for self-defense and hunting. Cool. Okay. So there you go. All right, let's grab Greg on 3. He's in Helena, Montana, God's country there. Hey, Greg.
Hello there. Yeah, I got a couple different quickies for you.
Sure.
The other day, 3 or 4 days ago, I get a phone call in the mid-morning. This guy, I don't remember the outfit that he claimed to be, but he said, we're working, for the NRA to, doing the business end for them or whatever. And he wanted me to, sign up for X number more years by sending in, I don't think it was $150 or some special deal they had.
Right.
And he starts going into the spiel about how, remember we're dealing with Nancy Pelosi and, all the stuff that to make me want to, send him my money. And I said, hey, you can stop right there. I said, these are not your grandfather's Democrats. These are communists, and they want total control. They want to take our guns away, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's when he went into, okay, well, can you, do you want to send us the money, and all that kind of stuff. And I says, no, I'm not going to do it. And then I said, what you need to do is get rid of Wayne LaPierre so he quits wasting our money on his expensive clothes and other habits and spending money on things that are not directly related to our cause. And he heard me say that, I guess, and there was silence on the line, and then I hung up.
Whoa. Well, all right. I don't know. That probably doesn't get filtered back to anybody important, but that's part of this movement. Now, I was just looking on the website, Retire LaPierre, and they say they've got $154 million in donations that are on hold currently until he leaves.
Whoa.
Oh, good. The other thing I wanted to bring up, you were saying before about, the news people that lie. Okay, well, there's a commercial I've seen on TV and on the radio, and the one on TV shows a father like fooling around wrestling with his little boy, and then he gets up and tells him to go get ready to go to bed. And the kid says, "Dad, do we have gun? Do we have gun?" And the father looks at him like, "Oh, what's this?" And that's the end of the commercial. But it's sponsored by this outfit called End Family Fire, and I've heard the one on the radio too, and it's a woman talking about, she says there's 8 children in America are killed or shot accidentally every day, by family members, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, this has got to not be, on the level. So I did call the NRA ILA, and they told me that the End Family Fire is sponsored by the Brady Bunch.
It is actually, and it's put out by the Ad Council.
Ad Council and Brady Bunch. That's
okay.
Anything by the Ad Council is left.
Okay, here's the deal. And you have the power on this one. Whichever station is running these, they're running them as PSAs, public service announcements.
Yeah, right.
All right. You can stop them usually with a single phone call. If you call the station, radio or TV, and say, you're running a PSA that's actually a political ad. This is not a public service announcement, and this should be a paid ad. And then what you do want to do is you want to send them a letter and tell them, I'm going to send a letter to you to that effect, and I want you to put this in your FCC file.
Oh.
And at that point,
the same station that plays this show.
Yep. And and what it is, somebody just got this. They get a package of stuff from the Ad Council. They don't know what it is. It's just
filler.
PSAs.
Yeah, it's filler.
Exactly. Like Jim says, it's just filler.
And of course, the 8 children that they talk about being killed every day are probably gang members doing drugs.
Well, that's their typical deal is they'll say, children up to 21 years old. And you go, really? You're talking people who are old enough to drive tanks in the military. You're counting them as children. They're 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. They got a rap sheet as long as your arm, and you're counting them as, they make it sound as though these are children who accidentally find guns, when in fact they're actually young adults who are murdering each other as part of their drug trade.
Anyway,
but seriously.
I thought I'd comment to you, but...
Yeah, that's the tool. Use that. Call the stations and say, look, you're running this ad. I understand it's part of a package you got, but it's really not a PSA. This one's actually a political ad and needs to be removed. And I'm going to ask you to do that and make this a part of your FCC file. You'd be amazed how quickly they'll go, okay, we'll take that off.
As soon as they hear the FCC part, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're gone. That'll work.
Good.
Hey, thank you, Greg. I appreciate the call. All right, guys, let's take a quick break here. We'll come back, and we're going to have the Let's Pick on Michelle Day.
What?
Great. Want to work overtime.
Great.
Keep cool this summer in Proper's Summer Weight Collection. Made from our lightest material ever, the durable, moisture-wicking Summer Weight Collection from Proper beats the heat on duty, on the range, and around town. Designed to keep you cool when the world around you heats up. Visit Proper.com to learn more about the super breathable, super lightweight shirts, pants, and shorts of the Summer Weight Collection from Proper.
Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. shopguntalk.com.
Okay, I really just made that up. We're not going to pick on Michelle, but it sure was fun hearing your reaction.
I'm like, what could you possibly pick on me for?
Oh, that's right. What, perfect me? What?
Right.
Oh, boy. I did appreciate Greg pointing out this PSA. We hadn't talked about those in a while, but a lot of times you get these anti-gun things, and they run them as though they are neutral public service announcements, and you just got to call them on it.
Yeah, do you remember that series of PSAs we made that were comedy and nobody got them?
I think we might have been a little too subtle.
Yeah.
Well.
I think. Oh, well.
Sometimes,
Well, the money call that Greg received to try to get some money, I know for a fact that, I would guess that is not just a spam call or somebody trying to scam them. Because if it is, they're really stupid to be using NRA as their source right now.
Yes, you're a good point.
Bad
no,
timing.
these are fundraisers. They use different services.
Right. But I'm saying, those fake calls you get that,
right.
For this, that, and the other thing. So anybody doing fake calls with the NRA right now is really looks for an uphill battle.
But how many people do you think are paying attention to this? There's lots of gun owners and NRA members that have no idea this is going on.
You're right.
When I had my piece came out this week about when I was calling for NRA or for Wayne to retire, I got an email from a fella I know who's in the gun world. He said, well, that thing was entirely too vague. None of that made any sense to me. And I wrote him back and said, I don't get it. I mean, are you not seeing these articles? And to your point, Michelle, he had not heard of any of this. He had not seen any of the articles. I sent him a list of them. And he came back and says, oh, wow, holy cow, I had no idea,
Yeah, amazing.
Well, and the upside to that could be, Mr. Positivity here, the left hasn't run with this as much as we thought they would.
Yeah, I guess. Who knows? But it's always disturbing to me to realize how many people in our world don't make an effort to stay informed on these subjects,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm just looking here. Retire LaPierre actually helped save the NRA.com. I can't say that. Help save the NRA.com. They have a link here called news, and then they have all the articles. So if anybody wants to know what are we talking about, what has been said here? It's like, I mean, this past week, I didn't even talk about it on the show. On AR15.com, that people are posting the actual documents where supposedly LaPierre is running one or more shell companies that money is flowing into. It just gets uglier and uglier, but how would you know? And so this becomes kind of a one-stop shopping place. If you go to retirelapierre.com, click on news, and they have all these articles that have appeared, kind of giving all the details.
It'd be kind of cool to do.
What's that?
Kind of like a telethon, but basically a podcast, a radiothon, where we have people pledge money that we're willing to donate X amount of money the day he gets canned.
Well, if they already have, how much did you say, 154?
150, well, let me
That's
go back
people
and look.
holding back. I'm saying in addition to that, they would get this grassroots contribution.
I'm sorry, $158,726,123 currently.
Which is about 45% of their operating budget of $318 million.
Now, there's another thought here. Rather than withholding it, how about let's actually put it to good use instead of having it sit there and doing nothing? Because I've had people ask me, well, what should we give it to the SAF or something? I said, yes. Now, and they'll tell you, look, we're not going to be able to replace the NRA in terms of legislative, but the SAF can gear up. They want to do some stuff in the states and be effective in the interim, just kind of like we got to do something. And if they had, forget $158 million. If they had $1 million, because they're so darned efficient, and they don't get private jets.
There's no fat, baby.
There's no fat. There's no fat. I just toured, it was a week and a half ago. I went through the SAF headquarters. I'd never been there before. There's not any fat there. You talk about doing a lot with a little. Holy cow. Yeah. So rather than withhold the money, I'm just going to make the pitch. How about send it to Second Amendment Foundation, because they're doing good stuff all the time. We can't afford to say, well, we're going to put our money in a shoebox, and just wait until, it could be a year, it could be 5 years, until the NRA gets its act together. We can't be not in the fight.
Right. My thing was more of and obviously we can't compete with the $158 million donors kind of size, but my thing is more or less just to keep a running tote of how much money the small grassroots kind of folks are willing to contribute once he is gone, for nothing more than to spread the word.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and I get where it is, but I'm going to lean on the side of, instead of saying I'm going to hold this money out and it will be forthcoming when Wayne leaves, I'm just going to say, instead of doing that, I'm going to give the money to somebody who's actually doing some work here. Yeah. We'll come back and talk to you guys when you get rid of what's going on there. And it's not just Wayne, as Randy was saying. It's like this. What did he say? He had 9 people making $13 million? Was that it?
Yeah.
9 people at the NRA making $13 million a year. It's just like, you got to be kidding me. That's what you're doing with our money.
Maybe a combo idea. Still run the tote, but donate the money to SAF or whatever. But just to have some kind of just constant reminder that, hey, this is money that may have gone your way, but...
what's eventually going to happen? Because I'm not sure that Wayne bows to pressure, because I've arrived at the opinion that I don't think he really cares, and I don't think he's much of a Second Amendment guy.
Well, is anything that he's doing, if proven correct, illegal? So he wouldn't have to be removed.
Well, therein lies, there's a possibility of that. I have no knowledge of that at all.
Well, I realize
that's what the New York Attorney General's office is looking into, no doubt.
Okay.
But what may have to happen is one or more board members may have to file suit, go to court and say, as a board member, I have a fiduciary responsibility here.
You do.
And I have to have access to this information. And I am asking, I can't get it, I need the help of the court. I'm not seeking any kind of financial return on
transparency.
it. I just want the information. I want to know what's happening here. And as a board member, I cannot make decisions. I cannot exercise my responsibility without this. I'm asking the court to order them to open all of their books. I want to know everything that's happened here.
Both sets.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. No, not sorry at all.
No, you're not. Okay.
No,
So,
and so far, nothing about the ILA has come out. I mean, that is all a legit process, the legal side of it.
yeah, in fact, I had somebody else this week say, they heard that the reason that Wayne pushed Chris Cox out was so that Wayne could get access to the money at ILA.
Really?
I've heard that more than once. Don't know if it's true. I don't know how you'd even know, but it has the ring of truth. So
Enough conspiracy to make you wonder.
yeah, but when you work really, really hard to hide what you're doing, there's something down there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all coming out. All the information's out. There are people inside the NRA talking to media sources, and the New York Times has it, the Washington Post has it, others, New Yorkers had some of the information. There are people feeding this information. And I know, everybody says, well, those are the anti-gun media. Yeah, but they're the ones who are willing to run it. And right now, you got people in the NRA here saying, we have to get this out in order to fix this because it's a god-awful mess right now.
And interestingly enough, earlier, he had a person call in that did not want to go onto the program, but said, bring it up if you wish to. And this is a great placement for it.
Okay.
He's an NRA recruiter.
Yeah.
And works state fairs, and as a recruiter, you don't make much money, but you make some money on this.
Right.
And for him, it's a way of being able to pay for his hunting. He just puts it aside, and it says hunting trips or rifles or ammos or, whatever it is he wants to spend his money on.
Right.
But he's like, I have no idea what's coming our way. The backlash, if people know about it, or, what's happening. It'll be interesting to see what happens with these recruiters that do rely on that, side money.
Yeah. And as you say, it's not much money, but they are kind of the backbone of getting membership for the NRA as well.
Right.
And then, of course, you have the whole Friends of the NRA banquets and don't know what's going to happen with all of that. And then the Political Victory Fund, which is a separate group organization, but they're all connected so much so that I'm not sure that if there is a legal investigation that they can keep them separate. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost comical to me, the similarity between the left media, in essence, helping us, even though they're trying to out us. It could be a big help for us. It kind of reminds me of the ACLU teaming up with gun rights occasionally.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird. And by the way, the guy that didn't want to go on the air, his name is Bill Johnson. He's from Farmington, Michigan, and his phone number.
No, that's not true. Don't anybody look that up.
Be just our luck there actually is a Bill Johnson in Farmington, New Mexico, and boy, is he going to be surprised.
Yeah.
And so, no, we just made that up just for those who's too late. Oh, I'm sorry, Bill.
Nah, we just cut our we lose him. We cut our listenership in half. Damn.
Oh man.
Nice going, Jim.
Sorry. Okay. I'll apologize more after the break.
Take a break. Be back.
Whether you carry it on your hip or in your hands, when it's from Springfield Armory, your gun is a part of the legendary line, the great 1911 pistols, the innovative XD, XDM, and XDS pistols for competition and defense, the new 911 carry pistol, guns you can count on. Shooters everywhere rave about the Saint pistols and rifles, and of course, the mighty M1A battle rifle. Check out the latest at springfield-armory.com.
Want to win a gun? Hey, this is Ryan Gresham with Gun Talk. Visit guntalk.com/win to enter our latest giveaway. This month, enter to win one of 2 new guns from Sig Sauer, the P320 X5 Legion with 3 17-round magazines, or the P365 XL X Series with 2 12-round mags, both in 9mm. Enter now through August 2nd at guntalk.com/win. That's guntalk.com/win.
Well, we have to keep loving our mothers when we stay on the air.
Well, we are back, by the way, Michelle. Just kind of throwing it out there for you. In case you're wondering.
Meanwhile, so I don't know. I actually put the pictures up on Twitter and on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, not our other one yet, about that rifle. There's just a every once in a while you just go, holy cow, that is drop dead gorgeous.
Well, and that's similar to guitars. You know what I mean? You look at a guitar, and you have to have it based on a photo op.
Which I gather you recently did.
So about that gun, you want to talk about?
You got that.
I got a Fender Acoustasonic.
Acoustasonic. It's not an acoustic. It's not an electric, but it's both.
It's both, and it's butterscotch like the original Telecasters were, and it is gorgeous.
How's it sound?
It sounds great. Usually guitar players don't compliment other guitar players because they each have their own tone, and they're really fussy. I had 3 guys at a gig Thursday night say, "Oh my God, your guitar sounds great. That's awesome."
Oh my gosh, you're so hooked now.
I am hooked. Well, I mean, and even if they didn't like it, I don't care, but it made me a better. It's really, honestly, it's made me a better player because I'm more. It fits my. It's like a gun. I was telling somebody else that. It's the fit gives you the confidence to try stuff I normally wouldn't have tried, and only 15% of that sucked.
So you're running with the Coolio factor here.
It sounds great, and now instead of schlepping 2 guitars to the gig, I bring 1.
Oh, because it's acoustic and electric.
It is. Just a flip of a switch.
Look, Mr. Fancy Pants.
It's cool.
That's right.
Check it out.
Well,
Fender
so there you
Acoustasonic. See how many I'm going to sell for them. It won't be the 327 Ruger Michelle success, I'm sure, but...
You can try.
I'll keep pitching.
So, single shot. I'm going to go do a single shot, I think. I think it'll be fun. It's, the thing is, if you practice, you can reload a single shot pretty quickly. I can reload it faster than Michelle can reload her muzzle loader.
Oh, I don't know, Tom, because that's exactly what I was thinking. I shoot a single shot all the time.
Yeah, but I'll have like a half a dozen cartridges on the stock ready to go. So flip it up and throw a cart. That's why they invented cartridge-fired firearms, by golly.
Look, I have a pouch.
You've been working out, though. It looks way better now.
No, you didn't go there. Oh, that was so bad.
God, there's glass between us, yeah.
Yes.
Wrong.
Yeah, I will slap him when I see him.
Love you, Michelle.
Good. Good grief.
My goodness.
I know.
A Possibles bag.
Tom, don't edit that out. Whatever you do, don't edit it. For $100.
Why do they call it a possibles bag?
Because it's possible you can get another round in there before your deer disappears.
Before the bear gets you.
That's great.
In my case, they would call it the impossible bag. Because that guy doesn't have a chance. That ain't going to happen.
Nice.
As we say down here.
That is not the reason. I don't know why.
Have you seen those coin purses I was talking about? Basically, little things with a strap on them you can use as a weapon.
No.
Oh, man, it's cool. I know guys that will carry like a dozen challenge coins in them. Just enough heft, get about a 6-inch leather strap on this little leather bag, and it becomes basically like a sap. Wow. It's not legal to carry a sap in a lot of places, but you can carry a coin purse, a little coin bag. So you might want to look those up, coin purse sap or coin purse defensive deal.
I looked up sap, and there's my picture in the dictionary.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Does that make up for the pouch cracker?
No, not even close.
Damn! Not even close.
See, actually, it was going to turn out to be Let's Pick on Jim Day.
See that?
Oh, goodness.
One of the things that I don't think we talk about, and it came to mind today with all the conversation of the PC carbines and the AR pistols and that platform, is frangible ammunition. We don't talk about that very often.
Because it's just so fragile.
Who's Fran? I don't even know her.
Yeah, no, well, she's very frangible.
Frangible ammo is very much misunderstood.
Yeah,
actually.
Well, right, but in the offset that you obviously it's designed so it doesn't have ricochets and over penetration through walls and whatnot. But with these 9s and these 223s, well, why not go to that type of ammo?
Well, if you're talking, it depends on the type of frangible it is. You have things like the Glazer safety slug, which is basically just a lot of shot in a little capsule. And But that's not really what I would call frangible. I mean, but those are designed for low penetration.
Right.
But the frangible ammo you buy to shoot it on steel, if you shoot it in a house, it goes through sheetrock like a Full Metal Jacket.
Okay.
It has to hit something that is harder than it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So with steel targets, it's great. I mean, normally you would not want to be closer than 15 yards to steel. And even that, I've gotten some pretty bad cuts from bullet jackets coming back and hitting me. But with frangible, you can walk up and shoot it at 3 feet, and it just goes to dust when you shoot steel. But it's not really good as a defensive thing because it doesn't break up when it shoots a person either. It goes through like FMJ. There are some low penetration rounds like the old Glazer safety slug.
Yeah, aren't they like a 90 grain bullet or something like that? Because obviously the velocity is what makes the difference with the performance.
Well, those are actually, it's a bunch of lead shot, like shotgun shot, inside a gel that is inside of a bullet-shaped plastic capsule. Mm-hmm. And when it hits, it makes a really ugly, really shallow wound that probably doesn't go more than about 5 inches in. And that's my problem with it, is because you have a guy with a really heavy winter coat on, it might not do much to him.
Okay.
Kind of my thing. So.
All right.
Every time I try to, we always try to reinvent the bullet, we end up coming back to the bullet.
Right.
The ones that actually work.
Well, I just wondered about it because you hear a lot, and I know, like, there's some, I think the police departments have to use it for practice.
Depends on where they're shooting and what they do. If they're shooting steel, yes. If they're shooting paper targets, no, because it wouldn't be any value. And they're actually more expensive than
I do know
standard
they're
ammo.
expensive, yeah.
Yeah, they are. And it's, so we use it when we try to use it. The other thing is that they're not accurate. They're not nearly as accurate as regular ammo.
Okay.
And I don't know why that is. I've never actually looked into it. But, if you shoot enough steel in competition or any other place, you're going to get hit with bullet fragments.
Right.
That's why you really, if anybody's shooting steel, you need to either be facing the target or facing away from the target, or make sure you have wraparound glasses. Because if you're looking at the shooter, you're actually exposing the side of your face to the target or bullet fragments coming back and hitting you. And we're talking about, the jacket, the copper jacket. I had to pull a piece of copper jacket out of a young lady's neck with a Leatherman tool. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was stuck in there.
Holy cow!
Yeah, it's
you guys know how to party.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Hi, welcome. It was her first time to work with us on a video shoot.
Oh no!
Guess what? It was her last time to work with us.
How far back were you?
We were 20 yards. I mean,
even 60 feet's not enough, huh?
Well, probably 15 yards. I'm thinking I'm recreating in my head. 15 yards. I've been hit at 35 yards when somebody else was shooting, and I'm just walking back behind the line. And I mean, like hitting the leg, wearing shorts, and I'm bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So safety glasses for everybody out there, always. So anyway, so there's your safety message for today.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, I got to go read up some more on the super fast. I mean, it's pretty cool when you have a rifle cartridge where you can get 4,000 feet per second.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
And my buddy who's the long range shooter keeps sending me messages. It's not all about the velocity. I'm going, I know. It's like he's taking a ballistic coefficient and all the rest of that. I know. But if you can make a high BC bullet go faster, that's even better.
Right?
Right?
Right.
Yep.
And okay, the barrel life on a 257 Weatherby is probably in the 1,000 range.
Really?
Yeah, it's short. You're basically burning a Coke bottle's worth of powder every time you pull the trigger.
Yep. Holy cow.
It's a lot of powder, and it really erodes barrels. It burns up barrels. So I got a plan in the back of my head. Okay, follow me on this. So I checked the back of the case, the dimensions of a 257 Weatherby, and it's the same as the case head on a 6.5 PRC cartridge, the new PRC cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So once I burned out my barrel, I could rebarrel it to a different caliber.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And nothing else has to be changed inside the chamber. Is that
right.
correct?
You just put a new barrel.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's already chambered for the new cartridge.
Oh.
And you don't have to worry about anything else because there's nothing else. There's no bolt or anything else. So
you get a Gatling gun and you could change barrels every half second.
Gee whiz, that would be so much fun. Get a switch barrel gun.
You can't hunt with a Gatling gun, can you?
Well,
what are you hunting? I mean, they did at one time.
Well, yeah. I don't mean can. I mean, can you legally hunt with a Gatling gun? Because it's technically not an automatic weapon.
It's not not full auto. You could, I guess, maybe. Prairie dogs.
Could you imagine?
Could you afford to shoot that?
Well, no, because they're shooting a 45-70. Here's 25 rounds stacked up. There went $50.
Yeah.
Go.
Wouldn't it be a blast?
They are fun.
The guy in the blind next to you is like, holy cow, what is going on?
The trick is, since they weigh 100 pounds, getting it out there into the field could be a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, well.
And the guy next to you would be well aware of the noise that's about to come that way, so it wouldn't be a surprise.
That's right. Speaking of our guy who's the gun was so loud next to him, you thought that was loud. We're going full Gatling with you. Yeah. There you go. You know that Colt still makes those, right?
Yeah, I know you can get a .22 caliber. You can get a
No. You can get a 45-70 Gatling gun.
Really?
You have the money, you can get it.
Damn you, Gresham.
$50,000.
Holy cow. I could probably get a better deal on a half dozen, though, I bet.
Probably, yeah. You get a bulk deal. That's
48 grand a piece if you buy a bunch.
That's right. But they make a really nice kind of a showpiece, in the showroom when people walk into your office.
Nice.
So is this Colt Arms that I'm not going to because I'm getting paid to focus on work, but I'm actually sneaking here?
They're going on the web. Yes, it's Colt Firearms, and they do have the 45-70 Gatling gun. Yes, they do.
God.
They're awesome. And they're gorgeous. They're polished brass. It's just beautiful.
I didn't need to retire. What the hell?
That's right. I can take public transportation. I don't need a car.
How many of those do you suppose they make a year?
They're on sale right now.
They're on sale?
Yeah, the Bulldog Gatling gun is on sale for only $39,000.
Whew. Sold.
Yeah.
To somebody. Not me, but to somebody.
800 rounds per minute, so that's about $1,000 a minute for ammo.
Sure. You could be the life of the party.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That is cool.
All right. I guess we're going to have to leave now, Michelle, because Jim is going to be spending a lot of money.
Oh, fine. Go look at fine wood stock guns then, you guys. Fine. I'll look at guns that have handles on them.
I would handle like an ice cream maker.
Well, let me know how that goes. I'm curious how your rifle shows.
Oh, yeah. We'll when I finally get it, I have it reserved, put aside. When I finally pick it up, we'll do some pictures and put them on the Gun Talk website and our Facebook page. That'll be fun.
Awesome.
All right. Have a good week, guys.
See you, Tom.
Stay cool.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk after show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gun Dealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk after show.